Hello there. Let me just check this is working. Yep. It bleeps usually 2 times to say it's recording. So anyway, I'm just having a laugh today because I've just looked at my algorithms on YouTube, and bear in mind that I have been doing YouTube for 10 years and I haven't even come anywhere close to getting monetised. And it's funny because I think there'll be people thinking, oh, you've got over 1,000 subs, so you must be getting monetised. But in order to get monetised, you have to have 3,000 watched hours in 12 months. And I have got 588. So, quarter of the way, pretty much. And that's within a 12-month period, and it doesn't tell you when the 12-month period is because it's a rolling 12 months, which doesn't make sense. So it'll say in the previous 12 months this is how many hours, but when did they start it from? It's very confusing. But I just thought it was funny, and I thought, if you ever started a business and you've just got so much belief in it and so much passion for something that you think, I'm just going to keep doing it until I make enough money to live off that business and that'll become my main income. And then you found yourself somewhere down the line thinking, this ain't working out. Well, luckily for me, when I started doing YouTube, I never did it for the money. So that was a lucky thing, because having done it now for 10 years, I think if I'd have set out to do it for monetary purposes, I'd have given up at least 9 years ago. Because that is normally what I do. I get into something, and if it doesn't work out within X amount of time, then I get bored and say there's no point. And in order to achieve anything, you've got to keep on at something that you believe in. So I've done it for 10 years and I can't believe it, and I was just laughing thinking, this is funny. And then it's about a week ago I got a notification saying, congratulations, you've hit your target. And I'm like, yes! And when I looked, it said you've reached 5,000 watched hours. And I thought, flipping heck, loads of people have just watched all my videos. What that was actually telling me is that's how many you've had in 10 years. I couldn't stop laughing. And there's other people on YouTube within months are getting monetised. But you can tell what I'm like. I find it quite entertaining, really, but have you ever done something like that? I know a lady back home, and I've known her for 20 years, and the first time I met her, she had a shop in Halifax, and she sold witchy stuff, you know, like tarot cards and incense and all that stuff. And I remember her back then talking with her and her husband in the shop, and he said that the turnover of the shop was too low to live on, and that they were living on credit cards. Well, a couple of weeks ago, bear in mind this is going back 20 years or so, a long time, 15, 20 years, and she put on a thing last week saying, I moved my shop to Huddersfield, and during the 4-year period of whatever, she had to close a shop for X amount of time. And of course she was in a massive deficit again then. But she said, ever since I've opened my shop again, I've been robbed. And then they've put the rent up. The council have put the rent up in the market. So she said, we're living literally on credit cards. And I thought, oh, you poor thing, because over the period of time that I've been sort of looking at a shop and stuff, she's always been in debt. So this passion that she has to work for herself is financially draining her. She's not actually benefiting from it. And I thought, has anybody else got anything that they've been doing, like on the sidelines, where you think, one day this is going to make me money? So over the years, this is what I used to think I could live off. Avon. Do you remember Avon? I don't think I ever made more than like £30–40 in commission in 1 month. So, and I'd spend it on Avon. And then what else did I do? I started making things like orgonite and little jewellery things and stuff, and they'd never made nothing. because I got stopped on the first sale. When I told you that story, because somebody said that it made the house go haunted. And then what else have I done over the years? I tried selling second-hand clothes and things like that. But it was always pocket money stuff, and it never brought in a consistent income. And then I opened a shop online 10 years ago, and it got folded within 6 months because I moved to a new address and there was no internet at all. And they told me there was, and there wasn't. So when I got there, I couldn't run my business online, and it just folded. And not only did it fold, but I had to pay back all the people that ordered things that I didn't get to see about, and then I had to give them their money back, and then I got my shop stopped. So that's quite... So I've never actually worked for myself and got anywhere. So I'd like to hear your stories, because it is quite funny. And if anyone's got a YouTube channel other than me on here, tell me if you've got monetised and how long it took for it to get there, because I bet you can't beat 10 years. I'm putting the challenge out now that there's no one on here who've been doing YouTube for 10 years and they've got monetised. So yeah, that's fun.